Hey everyone. Imagine this, you're digging through some loose change at the bottom of your purse or that old jar in your kitchen, and suddenly, boom, you realize you're holding a penny worth $3 million. Yes, you heard me right, $3 million for a single, measly penny. Today, we're talking about the 1971 Lincoln penny with no mint mark that has collectors shelling out millions. Let's dive in and find out why this little copper coin is so special and how you might just hit the jackpot. First things first. What's the deal with the 1971 no mint mark penny? Well, this penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't use a mint mark on their coins back then. So, if you flip your penny and don't see a tiny letter under the year, congratulations, you've got a no mint mark penny. But wait, before you start planning your private island getaway, there's more to the story. Here's what makes this particular penny worth a jaw-dropping $3 million. It's all about rarity and condition. The specific coin that sold for millions was in nearly perfect condition, what collectors call MS-67RD. That stands for Mint State 67 Red, meaning it looked almost brand new with a bright coppery shine. Most pennies you find in circulation won't be anywhere near this quality because, well, life happens to coins. They get scratched, scuffed, and lose their luster. Now, why is this penny so rare? It's all about supply and demand. In the coin world, collectors are obsessed with unique features, and while a 1971 penny isn't uncommon, finding one in pristine condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. That's what drives the value up. Think of it like baseball cards or vintage comic books. A rare, flawless example will always fetch top dollar. Here's a funny story for you. A couple of years ago, I was helping my aunt sort through her coin jar. She's one of those people who keeps every penny because, and I quote, "You never know when a penny might save your life." Anyway, we're sorting, and I find this shiny 1971 penny. My heart skips a beat, and I think, this is it. I'm about to be a millionaire. Turns out, it was a fake. Someone had polished it up to look brand new. Lesson learned, always verify your finds with a professional grader before getting too excited. So, how do you know if your 1971 penny is the real deal and worth big money? First, check its condition. If it's dull and scratched up, it's probably not worth much. But if it looks unusually clean and shiny, it might be worth sending to a coin grading service. Professional grading can confirm its authenticity and condition, which is key for determining its value. Keep in mind, grading services do charge a fee, so make sure your coin is promising before sending it in. And one more tip, look out for any errors on the coin, like doubled lettering or unusual marks. Errors can sometimes add extra value. So don't just stop at the no mint mark, examine that penny like a detective at a crime scene. Alright, folks, there you have it. The 1971 no mint mark Lincoln penny could be your ticket to a life-changing windfall. Just remember, it's all about rarity, condition, and a little bit of luck. So, start checking your coin jars, and who knows? Maybe you'll be the next person to turn pocket change into a fortune. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your fellow treasure hunters. And if you want more tips and tricks on finding valuable coins, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more secrets to share about how you can turn your spare change into big bucks. Let me ask you something, have you ever casually reached into your pocket for some spare change and wondered, could one of these pennies make me a millionaire? Well, buckle up because today, we're talking about a 1979 Abraham Lincoln penny, yes, the kind that's probably been chilling in your junk drawer, that's valued at an eye-popping $2.7 million. Yes, million with an M, crazy, right? Alright, let's dive into this golden, copper, opportunity and break down exactly what makes this humble little coin so special. But first, let me share a quick story about how I got hooked on rare coins. It all started when I was 12. I found this weird-looking nickel in my grandma's old piggy bank. Thought I'd hit the jackpot. Spoiler alert, it was worth 5 cents. But hey, the thrill stuck with me, and here we are. So, back to our superstar penny, the 1979 D Lincoln cent. This little guy was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark. Now, most of these pennies are totally ordinary. But every so often, the universe aligns, and you get a freak of nature coin that's worth more than a Lamborghini. Why? Errors, my friends. Minting errors. The specific error we're talking about here is called a double die. That means some of the text or imagery on the coin appears slightly doubled, almost like it's wearing glasses with the wrong prescription. This error is rare because it's a mistake the US Mint usually catches before coins go into circulation. But a few sneak through, and when they do, collectors go absolutely bonkers. Now, here's the kicker: not every 1979 D penny is worth millions. In fact, 99.999% of them are worth exactly 1 cent. The $2.7 million price tag only applies to a few coins in near-perfect condition with that sweet double die error. The kind of condition where you'd think the penny has never seen the inside of a vending machine, let alone the bottom of someone's couch. So how do you know if you've got one of these unicorn pennies? First, check for the D mint mark under the year. Then, grab a magnifying glass or even just your phone camera's zoom. Look closely at the text on the coin, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. If you see doubling, like the letters look shadowed or doubled up, you might just have a winner. But don't pop the champagne just yet. You'll need an expert's opinion to confirm. Now, let's talk money, because that's why you're here, right? A verified 1979 D double die penny in top-notch condition sold for $2.7 million at auction. Imagine walking into a coin show with a penny and walking out with enough cash to buy a mansion. Life goals, am I right? But even if your coin isn't worth millions, a double die penny in less than perfect condition could still fetch you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Not too shabby for something you found under your car seat. Here's a pro tip: if you think you've got a valuable coin, don't clean it. I repeat, do not clean it. Coin collectors are weirdly into original condition. Clean that penny with soap and water, and you might as well kiss its value goodbye. And speaking of finding valuable coins, let me give you a little strategy one use. Whenever you get change back at the store, don't just toss it in a jar. Take a few minutes to actually look at each coin. You'd be amazed at what's out there. Last month, I found a wheat penny from 1943 in my change. No, it wasn't the super rare copper one, but still, finding old coins in circulation is like finding a $20 bill in your laundry. Pure joy. Alright, my fellow coin sleuths, it's time for the $1 million, or $2.7 million, question: could you have one of these rare 1979 D pennies lurking in your loose change? I say, grab a flashlight, a magnifying glass, and a comfy chair, and start hunting. Because hey, you never know when a penny could change your life. And before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Here on channel name, we're all about turning pocket change into big bucks. From rare coins to savvy money-making strategies, I've got you covered. So, don't miss out on the next video. Who knows, maybe I'll uncover another coin worth millions. You're rifling through your spare change for a coffee, and you spot a penny. It's dull, unimpressive, just chilling there. But what if I told you that penny could be worth $2.5 million? Yup, today we're diving into the incredible story of the 1988 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a tiny coin with a not-so-tiny price tag. Where pocket change can make you rich. Today, we're cracking open the mystery of the 1988 Lincoln penny with no mint mark and why it's currently valued at a jaw-dropping $2.5 million. If you've got a jar of pennies gathering dust, you're going to want to stick around. So, how does a penny, something most of us don't even bother picking up off the ground, end up being worth more than a Lamborghini? Let's find out. Alright, the key detail here is the missing mint mark. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, but in 1988, something went haywire. A rare error caused some pennies to be struck with an unusual reverse die, a design change meant for the following year, 1989. Only a handful of these coins were produced before the mistake was caught. So, if you have one of these bad boys, you're sitting on a goldmine. Now, don't go flipping over every penny just yet. Here's what to look for: a very specific detail on the reverse side. The letters in America are closer together compared to regular 1988 pennies. Coin nerds call this the close AM variety. It's like spotting a rare Pokemon, but instead of bragging rights, you get millions of dollars. Why is it worth so much? The value of this coin comes down to rarity and demand. Serious collectors will pay top dollar for a unique piece, especially one with a backstory. Plus, the thrill of owning something almost no one else has. Priceless. Well, not quite priceless. $2.5 million, actually. I'll be honest, I used to ignore pennies altogether. One day, I'm helping my kid with a school project, you know, the classic coin collection thing. I'm going through this jar of coins, and bam! I find an old penny. Not a 1988 no mint mark, sadly, but it got me thinking, how many of us might be walking around with a fortune in our pockets and not even know it? Since then, I've made it a habit to check my change. Have I found $1 million coin yet? No. But I did find a 1955 double-die penny worth a cool $1,500. Not bad for a day's work, right? So, what's the takeaway here? Always check your pennies. That boring old jar of coins. It could be your ticket to early retirement. If you've got a 1988 penny lying around, grab a magnifying glass and start inspecting. Who knows, you might just be holding the next big treasure. Before you go, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got tons more tips and strategies to help you uncover the hidden gems in your loose change. Plus, it's free, so why not? Maybe at a gas station or digging under your couch cushions, and bam! You stumble upon a penny that's worth a jaw-dropping $2.3 million. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the mystery of the 1989 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Is it hiding in your pocket? Let's find out. So here's the deal, most pennies have a little letter under the date. That's the mint mark, which tells you where the coin was made. But every now and then, a penny rolls out of the mint without that tiny letter. And when it happens, especially on a 1989 penny, it's like hitting the numismatic lottery. Now, let's talk value. Why would someone pay $2.3 million for what looks like an ordinary penny? The answer lies in rarity. Coins without mint marks were usually errors, and collectors go nuts for errors, especially ones this rare. Think of it like a misprinted baseball card or a first-edition comic book. It's the quirks that make it valuable. Okay, story time. A friend of mine, let's call him Dave, used to be that guy who ignored coins. You know the type. He'd leave pennies on the ground and say stuff like, "What can you even buy for a penny?" One day, Dave decided to go through his coin jar. Lo and behold, he found a 1989 penny without a mint mark. It wasn't worth $2.3 million, but it did fetch him a cool $100 from a collector. The moral of the story? Don't underestimate the power of spare change. Now, let's get back to the big fish, that $2.3 million penny. What makes it so special is that it's not just a no-mint mark coin, it's also in pristine condition. Coin collectors, or numismatists, fancy word, right, are willing to shell out big bucks for coins that are flawless, no scratches, no dents, and no signs of wear. If you find one, don't clean it. Seriously, cleaning coins can decrease their value faster than you can say, Lincoln. And hey, even if your penny isn't worth millions, no mint mark pennies are still collectible. They can range from a few bucks to a few $100s depending on their condition. So, next time you're sorting through change, give those pennies a second look. You might just find your golden copper ticket. Alright, folks, that's the scoop on the 1989 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Who knew something so small could pack such a big punch? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, remember, every coin has a story, and some of those stories are worth millions. Now, if you enjoyed this little treasure hunt, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts and learn more about the hidden gems lurking in your pocket change. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're about to go digging through your stash right now. What if one of these pennies is worth a fortune? Well, let me blow your mind. There's a 2004 penny with no mint mark that's worth not $1, not 10, but $2 million. Yes, you heard that right. So before you toss that penny jar aside, stick around, because I'm about to tell you how one little Lincoln cent could make you a millionaire. Let's kick things off with a quick background. In 2004, the US Mint produced a ton of pennies, and most of them came with a tiny letter indicating where they were made. A D for Denver, an S for San Francisco, and so on. But if you come across a 2004 penny with no mint mark, you might just hit the jackpot. Now, you're probably wondering, why does a missing mint mark make it so valuable? Well, here's the scoop: these pennies are incredibly rare. Experts believe they were part of a super limited run, likely a mistake or an experimental batch that never should have hit circulation. Whatever the reason, collectors are willing to shell out serious cash for them, and by serious cash, I mean millions. Let's break it down. Imagine you're at a garage sale. You spot a dusty old jar of coins. It's nothing fancy, but you decide to buy it for a couple of bucks. Later, while sorting through the jar, you find a 2004 penny that looks a little different. You do some quick Googling and realize it has no mint mark. Congratulations! You've just stumbled upon a life-changing treasure. But wait, before you start dreaming about mansions and luxury cars, let's talk about verifying your find. To confirm its authenticity, you'll need to take it to a professional coin grader. These experts will check its condition, or grade, because the better shape it's in, the more it's worth. A pristine, uncirculated 2004 no mint mark penny could fetch up to $2 million at auction. Now, here's where things get fun. Imagine calling your boss and saying, "I'm quitting my job because I found a penny worth more than my annual salary." Or telling your kids, "Guess what? Your college tuition is covered by Abe Lincoln himself." I mean, talk about a conversation starter. Oh, and here's a little personal story. A few months ago, I was cleaning out my junk drawer, you know, the one with random batteries, paper clips, and an embarrassing number of takeout menus. I found a handful of coins and thought, what if one of these is a rare penny? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But I did find a cool Canadian dime. Moral of the story: you never know what's hiding in your change until you look. So, what's the takeaway here? Check your coins, folks. That little 2004 no mint mark penny could be hiding in your pocket, your couch cushions, or even at the bottom of your car's cup holder. And if you're lucky enough to find one, you're in for the payday of a lifetime. Before you head off to dig through your change jar, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I'm here to bring you more tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could change your life. Leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you're about to start searching now. And don't forget to share this video with your friends. Who knows? They might have $1 million penny, too. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your pockets be filled with treasure. Hey there, coin hunters. Quick question: what if I told you that a tiny, everyday penny could be worth more than your car? Maybe even your house. Yeah, I know, sounds wild, right? But stick with me, because today we're diving into the mysterious and incredibly valuable 1987 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Could this humble coin be your ticket to financial freedom? Let's find out. So here's the deal. Back in 1987, the US Mint churned out millions of pennies, as usual. Most of them were pretty ordinary. But every now and then, a little hiccup, or shall we say, a minting oopsie, creates a rare gem. Enter the no mint mark penny. Now, most coins have a tiny letter stamped on them, like a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But if your 1987 penny is missing that letter entirely, hold on to it. That tiny flaw. It's like winning the coin lottery. Alright, before we get into the juicy numbers, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my old junk drawer, you know, the place where random batteries and ancient receipts go to die. I found a handful of pennies, and one caught my eye. No mint mark. I thought, could this be one of those rare coins I've read about? Long story short, it wasn't. It was just a regular old penny. But hey, the dream was alive for a solid 20 minutes. And that's the beauty of coin collecting. Every time you check your change, there's a little thrill. What if this is the one? Now, back to the 1987 no mint mark penny. Here's why it's so special. The no mint mark usually means the coin was minted in Philadelphia. While this isn't always rare, certain errors can make these coins one of a kind. Maybe the die used to stamp the penny was flawed. Maybe there was an issue during production. Whatever the reason, collectors are willing to pay big bucks for these unique finds. So, how much are we talking here? Drumroll, please. Depending on its condition, a 1987 no mint mark penny could fetch anywhere from a few hundred to over $1 million at auction. That's right. Million. Imagine buying a coffee with a penny and realizing you just handed over your kid's college tuition. Ouch. But hey, silver lining, at least your barista is retiring early. Now, let's talk about how to identify if your penny is the real deal. First, grab a magnifying glass or use your phone's camera to zoom in. Look for any unusual features, missing mint mark, weird textures, or strange lines. Next, check the coin's condition. If it looks like it's been through a garbage disposal, its value might drop. But if it's shiny and almost new, jackpot. And finally, get it authenticated. There are professionals who can verify your coin's worth and save you from heartbreak. Now, before you start rating your couch cushions, a little reality check. Finding $1 million penny is like finding a needle in a haystack. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. And even if you don't strike it rich, hunting for rare coins is a fun and surprisingly addictive hobby. Who knows? You might stumble on a different treasure along the way. Alright, let's wrap this up. If today's video got you excited about checking your change, give it a thumbs up. And if you're ready to learn more about rare coins and how to make money from them, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We've got plenty more tips, tricks, and coin stories coming your way. Oh, and don't forget to drop a comment below. Who knows? Maybe one of you has a hidden treasure sitting in your pocket right now. You're at the gas station, digging through your pockets to find change for that late-night snack, and boom, you spot a 1988 penny with a little D mint mark. Could this humble coin be worth millions? You bet it could. Today, we're diving into the 1988 D Abraham Lincoln penny, what makes it so special, how you can spot one, and why it's making collectors lose their minds, and their wallets. The 1988 D penny might look like any other penny to the untrained eye, but trust me, it's anything but ordinary. The reason it's so valuable? It all comes down to a tiny detail, the reverse side of the coin. You're looking for a transition variety. This means the coin was struck using a reverse die meant for the next year, 1989. Specifically, the FG initials, yes, those tiny letters near the Lincoln Memorial, are the giveaway. Here's the kicker, most people don't even notice this detail. It's like finding a golden ticket in your chocolate bar. Only instead of chocolate, it's copper. And instead of Willy Wonka, you get a coin dealer offering you a small fortune. So how much are we talking? Well, the highest recorded sale of one of these bad boys was in the $1 million range. That's right, folks. A penny worth $1 million. Sure beats using it in a gumball machine, right? Now, let me tell you a story. A few years ago, my buddy Dave, a regular guy, loves barbecue and dad jokes, was cleaning out his junk drawer. He found an old penny, thought it looked a bit odd, and decided to Google it. Long story short, he walked into a coin shop and walked out with a check big enough to buy a new car. True story. Dave still texts me random pictures of pennies asking, "Is this another jackpot?" Spoiler, they're usually not, but hey, you never know, how can you find one of these gems? First, grab a magnifying glass. Seriously, you don't want to squint too hard and miss that FG detail. Then, check your old jars of coins, your car's cup holder, maybe even your couch cushions. Don't underestimate the power of loose change, and if you're wondering where to sell it, there are online auction sites like eBay, but I recommend going to a reputable coin dealer or attending a coin show. The pros will know exactly what you've got and give you the best deal. So there you have it. That 1988 D penny sitting in your change jar might just be your golden ticket. It's proof that sometimes, the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises. Who knows, maybe you'll be the next person to turn pocket change into life-changing money. If you found this video helpful, or at least mildly entertaining, hit that subscribe button. I'm here to help you uncover the hidden treasures in your coin collection. And hey, leave a comment if you've ever found a rare coin or just want to share your favorite dad joke. What if I told you that the humble penny in your pocket could make you a millionaire? Sounds wild, right? Well, stick around because today we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2006 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. That's right, this little copper treasure might just be worth a fortune. And no, I'm not kidding. So grab your coin jars and let's get to it. You don't want to miss this one. The 2006 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, and it's part of the Memorial Reverse series. For most of us, this is just another coin you might toss in a tip jar. But, as it turns out, certain versions of this penny are a collector's dream. We're talking about a specific type with a rare error or condition that can fetch big bucks at auctions. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this penny so special? It's all about rarity and condition. Some of these pennies were struck with errors, like double dies or off-center strikes. Others are valued for being in pristine condition, what the experts call MS-67 or higher, basically, a penny that looks like it just rolled off the press yesterday. Here's the kicker, a 2006 D Lincoln penny in top-notch condition can sell for thousands, and in some rare cases, even reach the $1 million mark. Yup, you heard that right. A single penny could potentially change your life. Who knew hunting for spare change could be so lucrative? Now, let me share a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Dave, was cleaning out his car and found a handful of pennies under the seat. One of them caught his eye because it looked unusually shiny. He didn't think much of it but decided to check its value online. Turns out, that penny was a rare 2006 D in near-perfect condition. Long story short, he ended up selling it for over $5,000. Not quite $1 million, but still, not bad for a coin he almost vacuumed up. So how can you spot one of these valuable pennies? First, check for the D Mint mark, located just below the year on the front of the coin. Then, take a close look at the details. Is the coin in excellent condition? Are there any unusual features, like doubling or misstrikes? If you're unsure, a magnifying glass or a coin microscope can be your best friend. And if you think you've struck gold, or copper, in this case, consider having the coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. It's worth the investment. Here's another pro tip, don't clean your coins. I know, it's tempting to make them shiny, but cleaning can damage the surface and significantly lower their value. Let them be their authentic, aged selves. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 2006 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Who would have thought a simple penny could be worth so much? The next time you're digging through your change, give those pennies a second look. You might just find your ticket to a millionaire lifestyle. Alright, stop what you're doing because I'm about to blow your mind. You may want to take a seat, but no, seriously, take a second and look at your pocket change. You could be sitting on a small fortune. You ever thought your change might actually be worth more than the soda you just bought with it? Well, brace yourselves, because today we're talking about a penny, yes, a penny, that could be worth millions. Sounds too good to be true. Stick around, because I'm about to make you rethink how you see that jar of loose change you've got at home. If you've been wondering how to make money from your coins, you've landed in the right spot. So, let's dive into one special penny you won't want to toss aside ever again. You ever have one of those days where you think you're just gonna find a regular penny and move on with your life? Well, on the other hand, maybe you found a penny in your couch cushions and thought, just another 1-cent piece. But what if I told you that one of these pennies is so rare, it could potentially change your life? Enter the 2013 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yep, you heard me right. And trust me, it's a lot cooler than it sounds. Now, before you go running to your pocket change, let me explain what's going on with this penny. In 2013, the US Mint made a mistake, and they forgot to put a mint mark on certain pennies. Now, normally, a penny would have a small D or S to indicate which mint it came from. But some pennies in 2013 came out without any mint mark at all. And that tiny little mistake, it made these pennies super valuable. I mean, like, more valuable than your Starbucks addiction, no joke. Now, we all know how much people love a good, rare find, right? Think about it, back in the day, people were going nuts over Beanie Babies, and today, it's all about Pokemon cards. Well, this penny, it's like the Pokemon Charizard of pennies. It's the one everyone wants but can't seem to find. Because of that missing mint mark, this coin is now a rare gem that collectors are willing to pay thousands for. In fact, some of these 2013 no-mint mark pennies have been known to sell for upwards of $1 million. I know. A penny? Worth $1 million? Seriously? Yes, seriously. Let me tell you, it's not just about the coin itself, it's about how rare it is. Out of all the pennies that were made that year, only a small percentage ended up being mint markless. And collectors, well, they go crazy for that stuff. So if you find one of these, you've basically found a golden ticket. Forget Willy Wonka, this is your jackpot. Now, I know you're probably wondering, how do I know if I've got one of these rare pennies? It's a good question, and honestly, it's a little tricky. You have to be looking for that no mint mark clue. If you've got a 2013 penny, check it carefully. No mint mark means you're in the running for a big payday. But, and this is important, don't get too excited just yet, there are a lot of fakes out there. So be sure to get your coin professionally graded to determine its value. Now, I gotta be honest here. It took me a while to realize I had a valuable coin myself. I remember going through a bunch of my old pennies, thinking, yeah, they're all just, pennies. But then I came across one that looked different. I took a closer look, and guess what? It had no mint mark. After doing a bit of research and getting it graded, turns out, I was holding on to a little treasure. I was like, what? This ugly penny could be worth hundreds. Let me tell you, I definitely treated that coin like royalty after that moment. Moral of the story? Check your pennies, folks. You never know when you might come across something that could make you a millionaire. But don't get too crazy, always do your research before you get too excited. Alright, if you're feeling inspired and ready to start searching your change for these rare coins, just remember to take your time, get your coins graded, and stay on the lookout for those 2013 no mint mark pennies. I promise, there's a lot more treasure hiding in your pocket change than you think. And hey, if you want more tips on how to make money from rare coins, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got all sorts of tips and tricks up my sleeve that could help you turn your coin collection into a cash collection. Trust me, this channel is your one-stop shop for making money from coins. So, give that like button some love, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what coins you found in your collection. Until next time, keep searching those pennies, your fortune might be closer than you think. Have you ever dug through your spare change, hoping to find something valuable? Well, today we're about to dive into a penny that might just make you rethink that pile of loose coins in your jar. Yep, I'm talking about the 2017 D. Abraham Lincoln penny. If you're holding one of these bad boys, you might be sitting on a gold mine, like $1 million gold mine. Sounds too good to be true, right? Stick around, because we're about to break it down, the 2017 D penny. It's not your typical penny. When you think about pennies, you probably think, oh, it's just a penny, it's barely worth anything. Well, that's where you're wrong. This little coin has some serious value. You see, the 2017 D penny is part of a series of coins minted in 2017 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday. But here's the kicker: while most of these pennies are worth, 1 cent, a small number of these 2017 D pennies have a mistake that makes them incredibly valuable. We're talking about a printing error that can turn an ordinary penny into a potential $1 million coin. Now, I know what you're probably thinking: how can a penny possibly be worth that much? Well, let me explain. Some of these pennies have a flaw. Specifically, they feature a unique, almost imperceptible doubling in the lettering of Liberty and In God We Trust on the obverse. That's the front of the coin for all you non-coin geeks out there. This double stamp isn't just a mistake, it's a rare phenomenon, and as you can imagine, rare equals valuable. The market for error coins has been heating up for years. In fact, this specific 2017 D penny could fetch you over $1 million if it's got that error. I know, it sounds wild, but it's true. This little penny could put you in the history books, and in the money books. But don't run off to your nearest coin shop just yet. Here's the deal: finding one of these rare error pennies is no easy task. They're scarce, and spotting the error requires a keen eye and a magnifying glass, or even better, a high-quality camera lens. Let me tell you a quick personal story. I was once going through my own coin jar. Don't judge me, I'm sure you've done it too. I thought I might find a nice old quarter or something. But instead, I pulled out a penny from 2017. My first thought was, what a waste of time. Then, I looked closer and noticed something odd about the lettering. I thought, could this be one of those error coins? Well, turns out, it wasn't. But that feeling, the excitement of possibly having struck gold in my change jar, that was real. It made me realize just how important it is to carefully inspect your coins. And that's what I want to share with you today. Don't just toss those pennies aside. You never know what treasures you might have. Keep your eyes peeled for these rare error coins, especially the 2017 D Lincoln penny, because if you find one, it could be your ticket to a big payday. So, how do you check if you have one of these $1 million pennies? First, take a close look at the details around the word Liberty and In God We Trust. You're looking for that double image, that little extra stamp. It's a subtle thing, but once you know what you're looking for, it's hard to miss. Also, make sure you check the condition of your penny. The better condition it's in, the higher its value. So, no matter how tempting it is to toss your pennies in a jar to gather dust, treat them with care. Alright, so there you have it. A 2017 D. Abraham Lincoln penny could be worth up to $1 million, depending on the error and condition. But remember, you've got to keep your eyes sharp to spot the rare ones. And hey, if you find one, make sure you don't just spend it like any old coin. Before you go rushing off to dig through your coin collection, do me a favor. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on more tips like this one. I'll be back with more hidden gems in the world of rare coins, and who knows? Maybe the next video will reveal even more ways to turn your change into a fortune. Let me ask you a quick question. What if I told you there's a penny worth $1 million sitting in your pocket right now? Sounds crazy, right? But it's true, and you're about to find out all about it. Today, we're diving deep into a very special coin that has a seriously high price tag, the 2018 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny? $1 million. Yeah, right. Well, trust me, stick with me for the next 10 minutes, and by the end, you'll be checking your change like you're hunting for treasure. So, grab your magnifying glass, and let's jump into it. Let's talk about what makes this penny so valuable. I mean, it's just a penny, right? But not just any penny. The 2018 Lincoln penny is rare for a couple of reasons. Typically, a penny from 2018 might not be worth much, but a small number of these coins were made with a really rare minting flaw. That flaw is what's giving it such high value. If you've heard of errors in coin production, that's what we're talking about here. These coins have a little something wrong with them, and while that may seem like a mistake, to collectors, it's like finding a diamond in the rough. That's right, there's a tiny error on the 2018 penny that could make it worth a cool $1 million, so what's the flaw? It's all about the double die error. This happens when a coin is struck twice by the die during production, resulting in a faint but visible double image of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. And it's that slight doubling that turns an ordinary penny into an extraordinary one. In fact, some of these pennies have sold for as much as $1 million at auctions. $1 million for a coin you probably have laying around in your spare change jar. Pretty wild, huh? Now, don't go rushing to your piggy bank just yet. Finding this coin isn't exactly easy. It's rare. Really rare. But the good news is, if you know what you're looking for, it's possible. If you have a 2018 penny that looks like it has a double image, you might just have a gold mine in your hands. And even if you don't give up hope. There are other pennies out there worth a lot of money, and we're gonna cover those in future videos too. Here's a personal story for you. I once found a penny on the street while I was running errands, and I remember thinking, this is just another boring penny. But something about it caught my eye. It had that shiny, new look, and I thought, hey, let's take a closer look. Turns out, it wasn't $1 million coin, but I ended up selling it for a pretty decent amount. It's crazy what you can find just by keeping your eyes open and taking a second to inspect a coin. And trust me, I'll never look at a penny the same way again. So, keep in mind that not every penny is going to be worth $1 million, but you'd be surprised how often people overlook rare coins that could net them a small fortune. That's why it's so important to check your change and know what you're looking for. Alright, folks, now you know about the 2018 mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny and why it could be worth $1 million. Pretty exciting stuff, right? So, here's your challenge. Go grab your coin collection or dig around in your pocket change. Start looking for those rare coins. You might just strike it rich. Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got a ton more tips and tricks coming your way on coins that are worth way more than you think, and I don't want you to miss out. And hey, if you find $1 million penny, don't forget to send me a thank you card. I'm kidding, sort of. Thanks for watching, and remember, you might just have a fortune in your pocket right now, so keep looking.